It started with one sentence. "I think it's time the public sees the Epstein files." That sentence didn't come from a whistleblower, a journalist, or a conspiracy theorist. It came from Donald Trump, live, on Jimmy Kimmel's stage. For years the two had traded blows from a distance. Kimmel mocked him nightly. Trump fired back on Twitter. But no one ever expected Trump to sit down, face to face. So when Jimmy Kimmel announced that Trump would appear on his show for a no-filter, unedited conversation, social media exploded. Was it a trap? Was it a ratings stunt? Or something bigger? Behind the scenes, Kimmel's staff was in chaos. Producers tried to lock in talking points. Trump's team refused. "He'll talk about whatever he wants. No rules," they said. "If he wants to drop a bomb, let him." And that's exactly what he did. The night of the broadcast, security was tighter than a presidential debate. No phones, no leaks. The studio was silent as Trump walked on stage, ignoring Kimmel's handshake and staring straight into the lens. "Let's not waste time," he said. "Everyone wants to know about Epstein, so let's talk about it." The crowd froze. Kimmel blinked. No one knew it yet, but the next 5 minutes of live television would be erased from every official channel. And it all started with that sentence. The studio didn't know how to react. Half the audience thought it was a joke. The other half held their breath. Jimmy Kimmel tried to brush it off. "Okay, well, that's a curveball. You want to talk about Epstein?" Trump leaned in. "I think the American people deserve to know what's in those files. Who was on the planes? Who signed the logs? What the FBI never released." The camera cut briefly to Jimmy, smiling, but nervously now. "Are you suggesting you have documents?" Trump nodded. "I've seen things you wouldn't believe, and I'm not the only one." That's when it shifted. Trump didn't just allude to the files. He started naming names. "There are people still on television, still in office, still making millions. Who visited that island? Repeatedly. I have copies, originals, from before the DOJ got involved," Jimmy stammered. "Look, this isn't what the show's for." But Trump wasn't stopping. "You want jokes? Go ahead. But when those names come out, and they will, you won't be laughing." The room was dead silent. No laughter, no band riff, no studio chatter. Just Trump, talking directly into the camera. "The media's had this stuff for years. Why didn't you report it, Jimmy?" Kimmel looked off stage, possibly at a producer, or maybe just for a way out. "All right, we're going to take a quick break," Trump interrupted. "You don't want me to finish, do you?" And then it happened. The screen flickered. Trump's mic cut. His lips were still moving, but the sound was gone. Seconds later, cut to commercial. But for millions watching live, the damage had already been done. It only lasted 5 seconds, maybe less. Trump was mid-sentence, leaning forward, eyes locked on the camera. When his mic went dead, no warning, no explanation, no technical difficulties, graphic. Just silence. The studio lights dimmed for a split second. A screen glitch, barely noticeable but real, and then cut to commercial. The audience at home blinked, confused. Some thought their stream crashed. Others rewound the live feed. But the moment was gone. Kimmel didn't return after the break. Instead, the network aired an old musical performance from a previous episode. No outro, no credits, no explanation. People started tweeting immediately. Did Trump just get cut off mid-Epstein rant? Why did the screen flicker like that? This is bigger than a glitch. Within minutes, the clips began spreading. screen recordings of the exact moment the mic cut. TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Telegram. People slowed it down frame by frame. At the exact moment Trump said the word names, his audio dropped. Some claimed they saw a man in a headset give a signal off stage. Others said the feed was hijacked by the network. But one thing was certain. Someone pulled the plug, and it wasn't an accident. Backstage, rumors swirled. Producers were panicking. An anonymous crew member would later leak a message from the show's group chat. We were told to shut it down immediately. The question wasn't just who cut the feed, it was why. And what was Trump about to say? That someone didn't want the world to hear? By morning, the internet was a war zone. The phrase Trump mic cut was trending in over 20 countries. Reddit threads broke it down frame by frame. YouTube clips were being uploaded faster than they could be taken down. Hashtags flooded every corner of the web. Epstein files, Kimmel, cut, Mike Gate. But something strange was happening. Every official upload of the episode, gone. The network pulled it from their website. YouTube clips, flagged, removed, terms of service violations. Even users who screen recorded it on their phones reported takedowns. Accounts were being suspended. Copyright strikes were being handed out like candy. Something or someone was scrubbing the internet. Meanwhile, Trump broke his silence. At 6:45 a.m. on Truth Social, he posted, "They cut the mic. What are they hiding? I'll be releasing it myself. Stay tuned." That post alone was shared over 1.2 million times in 6 hours. Jimmy Kimmel, however, went dark. No tweets, no press statements, no mention of it on the next night's show. Instead, they aired a pre-taped comedy segment. No live audience, no guests, just silence on the biggest scandal of the year. But the silence spoke volumes. Even members of Congress began weighing in. A few fringe senators demanded an investigation. One tweeted, "If a former president can't speak freely on live TV, we don't have freedom of speech. We have something else." At the same time, something even more chilling emerged. Screenshots from a Discord server, claiming to have copies of the files Trump referenced. Dozens of redacted documents, flight logs, private email headers, photos, names, some real, some blurred, some disturbingly recognizable. The files vanished hours later. The account that posted them? Deleted. IP scrubbed. Gone. But the copies had already been downloaded, shared, backed up. The internet never forgets. And now, the world was asking, was this planned? Was it a warning? Or was Trump silenced because he was telling the truth? 2 days after the broadcast blackout, things took a turn no one expected. A former Fox News producer, posting under a burner account, dropped a message across multiple forums. "You didn't see what happened backstage." Attached was a short, grainy video, a phone recording, clearly not meant for the public. It showed the aftermath of the cut. Trump storming off stage, Kimmel standing frozen, headset off, talking to someone off camera. "You told me it wouldn't go there. You said Epstein was off limits." That clip spread like wildfire, proof that the Epstein topic had been discussed beforehand and restricted. The media scrambled. Some called the clip a deepfake. Others ignored it altogether. But then, the real twist came. Late that night, an anonymous email was sent to multiple journalists claiming to be from someone on Trump's post-production media team. Attached was a clean, uninterrupted version of the segment, the feed before the mic was cut. In the video, Trump goes further than anyone saw. He names 2 former presidents, 3 CEOs, 1 sitting senator. He even accuses a late-night TV host of visiting the island multiple times. The audio is crisp, the camera is steady, and the entire thing was never meant to air. But now it was out. Within hours, it's gone. Links break, videos vanish, news outlets issue quiet takedown notices. Even Trump's official channels remain silent. No comment, no repost, just silence. And then, at 3:33 a.m., a new video appears on a dark web message board. It's not Trump. It's not Kimmel. It's a deep, distorted voice, digitally altered, untraceable. The Epstein list is real. The names are protected. This is just the beginning. The screen cuts to black. 3 words flash on screen. Truth can't be cut. And just like that, the internet goes quiet. But everyone knows. This story isn't over. It was just the first attempt to shut it down.